Good morning. This is Ayla, and I wanted to talk about something that I saw a friend's post today about her mother and how she was having challenges because of her mother's situation and things that had happened to her in her life. And our situation, our stories aren't the same, but some of the principles in uh, how I deal with my mother might be able to help her as well, and maybe help you. So I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness, and I was raised by both of my parents. My my mother and I never really had a super close relationship. We did like to go shopping together, and she was there for me. Like, I had children, so she was grandma. Um, we would go out to eat, we would go places. But then in 2007, I stopped being a Jehovah's Witness, going to the meetings, and by 2009, I was excommunicated. And my mom called me and told me that we wouldn't be able to go shopping or go eat dinner together, or even have the same type of relationship. And obviously, I was crying about it and sad, and it affected me. Um, so through through my healing, um, I basically came to the conclusion. Well, let me. There's things that happen to get to this conclusion, but so she's kind of not a. She's kind of on the edge. Like, she'll talk to you, she'll talk to me, but she can't let anyone know. And so one day I called her from Florida because I moved down here, and I was coming to Minnesota, and my children live in the same city as her, and she was the only place I could think of to stay while I was there. And so I asked her if it was okay if I stayed for like a week, that we didn't have to talk about spiritual things. Um, and I didn't even have to be there all day. I just needed somewhere I could crash at night. And she said okay. So I was excited about it. And then, so I go there. Everything's okay. Like, there were no issues until I came back one day, and she said, well, I need you to take all your stuff and leave on Monday, and then you can come back later that night, because our relatives were coming in town who are Jehovah's Witnesses. And my heart was crushed. And I was just like, why am I allowing myself to be hurt by someone, by my mother, okay? Why? And I basically told her, I was like, I will never ask you for anything ever again. I packed up all my stuff and I left. You need to hide me? That's not the kind of relationship I want to have with anybody. Okay? Yes, you're my mom. But that is not a healthy relationship. So I think about her religion, which I was a devout Jehovah's Witness. So I believe that everyone has a right to believe what they want, be whatever religion you want. And if your religion says that you can't talk to me, then I respect you and your religion, and I will accept that. So don't expect me to call you. Don't expect me to be the one reaching out to you. I care about you, and I will always love you. And if you contact me and ask me for help or wanted to have a healthy relationship with me, perfectly open to it. So I don't worry about it anymore. I'm not putting myself in a situation where I'm going to be hurt in an unhealthy relationship with my mother, you know? So it's accepting the other person. I accept it. You're a Jehovah's Witness. Follow your rules. Something else to go along with this, because this part is more about Jehovah's Witnesses and stuff, because other people close to me actually think that I'm wrong. and it's like, well, you can't okay, if that's your religion and that's what you believe, then that's it. Okay, you can't have both worlds. You're choosing your life course. Where's your faith in your God? Okay, if you're having an issue, that's the reality. You chose, and so I get to choose, and I choose not to be hurt by my mother repeatedly. Okay, so she's the only person in the entire religion that I cried that I wouldn't be able to have in my life. But it doesn't serve my higher good to be in constant pain over my mother not being in my life. And there are lots of people in the world that can be like a mother. So that's how I deal with it. I put it back on them. It's your religion. I respect you. I won't talk to you. So I have talked to her a few times, and usually it's all about, her health or the children, or that's about it. So the relationship is not really, it's just all it is a biological connection. It is. I have deeper connections with other people than I do my own mother. So I accept it. And I move on. And for any Jehovah's Witness who wants to play this, game of, I'm a Jehovah's Witness and I can't talk to you, but then you want to start talking to me and act like everyth's okay. No, I'm looking at you like you're not following your faith. What's wrong with you? Why are you a Jehovah's Witness if you're not even going to be faithful? To me, that just doesn't make any sense. So back to the original reason why I started wanting to talk about this. The other person is not an ex-Jehovah's Witness or a Jehovah's Witness or anything. They were abandoned by their mother. Their mother's uh, has drug problems. How I would apply it is like, she's making a choice. Those are her life choices. And however sad, I'm sad my mom's still in a cult, but I look at her and I say, well, that's your decision. That's your course of action. That's what you want to do with your life. I don't like it, but I can't change it for you. So, I accept you, and I hold her to it until if she ever realizes that she's devoted her entire life to an organization that really doesn't care about her. You could look at it to drugs, You're devoted your entire life to these drugs that are holding you back from being a positive influence on me or my life or other people. Well, you just have to accept that this is what it is. And the part about loving my mother, even though she doesn't talk to me, it's okay. I have enough love within me forever. So anytime she wants to be a part of my life, I am here, I'm ready, and I do love her. As with how I could apply it to my friend's situation. Yeah, if your mother is unhealthy and she's not a good energy to be around you, you don't need to feel sorry for not being a part of her life. And I had a situation where I was getting married and my mom refused to come to my wedding, and my heart sank. And then it was like 2 years later, and then she actually came. So it was weird. Like, make up your mind. I don't know. These people are going to do what they're going to do. So accept it. Why fight it? Don't internalize it, okay? Because, as with if your mother is selfish and on drugs and never there for you, that doesn't mean that you can't be there for her. If you can, be there for her. We're all learning. Everyone is learning on this planet at different rates, okay? Different experiences, different rates of learning curves. So within yourself, love if you're able, do your best. But when it comes down to it, you don't have to put yourself in situation to be constantly hurt by anyone. So that's where you can learn to release, okay? And it has to forgiving. Forgiving others is very powerful. And also forgiving yourself. If you can forgive yourself, you can forgive anybody. I think it's people who can't forgive themselves who can't forgive other people. Because we all make mistakes. Love as often and as hard as you can. And what else is there to say? Honestly, my mother is in Minnesota. She has 3 of my children up there who she could call upon. I have siblings that she can call upon, and she also has an entire congregation that is supposed to be there for her, and all of her Jehovah Witness family relatives. So she doesn't really need me anyway, and it's her choice. So I let it go. I hope that this information helps you see perspectives that maybe you didn't see and how to deal with the situation. It's very important to self-care because it's your life. Your life. Of course, we want things to be healthy with people we love, but when they're not, it's it's important for you to take care of yourself, and then what you have room for after that, then be open as much as you can. You know, I'm a pretty strong person, so I am capable of like dealing with a lot of shit. And as I'm getting older, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that shit. So I don't. And I don't feel guilty either. It's her choice. It's her religion. It's her belief system. And if the other was true, my mother was a drug abuser and never there for me, I would say, you know what? You're making your choices. I mean, I love you, but until you make some better choices and actually want to be there for me, there's no point. At that point, you find loving relationships elsewhere. But definitely inside you first. Much love, and I hope this helps you to process your own emotions and feelings. And I'm not saying that family is not important, but you are important first. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, relationally, you know, that's when you're going to be off balance. And when you're in balance, in alignment, then all these people who are hurtful or damaging to be around energetically, it protects you. So, much love.